Hello, everyone, and welcome to Estella's Intuitive Chamber. Welcome to a little bit of a different episode. I wouldn't normally be doing this. I just woke up this morning and I felt very, very guided to do this video. And I have thought to myself, is this a really good idea or not? But I just feel guided. Hence, here I am. So, I want to cover the topic of the missing submarine led by Oceangate Expeditions that went missing on the 18th of June 2023. There is currently 5 people on board, and an hour and 45 minutes into the dive, it was reported they lost all contact with it and it was reported missing. They have been looking for them ever since without any current success, and I have drawn tarot cards to try and gain some clarity into the situation or what it might have happened, whether they're still alive or they're long gone. And I understand this is a very sensitive subject. I just feel very guided to do this. And I've used tarot cards to gain clarity into it. Now, as we know, they still have some oxygen left that it's about to be emergency oxygen supply left that's about to be exhausted tomorrow morning, the 22nd of June. So I think they have some less than 24 hours of oxygen if they're still alive. I definitely, what I'm going to say with certainty, that I have felt that we're still alive on the first part of the day. Throughout the afternoon, I have definitely felt that, but then it's like throughout the day I kind of lost the feeling. Whether my intuition closed off a little bit, it could be possible, but I have kind of lost touch with that feeling. But I definitely felt that they were alive. um, and I can't say if they're still alive, but I definitely did feel like they are in the plane of the living throughout the first part of the day. But let me dive into the tarot reading, because the tarot is actually telling us a lot, um, stuff that they might have overlooked. And I'm going to say, first of all, that I have gotten the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which is actually very, very telling of a situation, of an event that was fated in a way, um, that I feel could have been avoided. That unfortunately, and I know this is very sensitive, and hopefully this message is going to reach those who really need to hear this, that hold a lot of responsibility, and is telling us of a very unfortunate event that happened suddenly. And now let's dive into the reading completely and hear some more. So the reversed Wheel of Fortune is telling us of an event that suddenly takes a very dark turn, um, a very unwelcome change, as opposed to the upfront Wheel of Fortune, which would have meant a welcome change, like a sudden change. But this one is like, it's a very unfortunate, unwelcome change. It's really bad luck in this case, because I feel that the situation could have been avoided. But almost like I see someone holding the steer, of a big ship, for example, and the steer, something is affecting the boat underneath, and it's like the steer is steering really quickly, and the captain is like losing control over that steer, and there's nothing that he can do. It's like literally going out of control. And I feel that this event might have been caused by some external forces, that definitely caused the submarine to go out of control. This is a very, very unfortunate event. It's literally like bad luck. There's definitely a disruption that happened, and I really feel this has to do with some external force that made the submarine to lose control over its. I know they had a remote controller, which I agree was a very stupid idea, but in this case, I don't feel that was the big trigger to this event. Something really set them off course, and I feel they just lost control completely. And it's just, with the Wheel of Fortune, because I see this spinning really quickly, and it's suddenly, you try to hold it and it's spinning out of control, and there's nothing you can do. And it might have been like a big moment of panic because they realized they have just lost control over what they were doing. It's weird. It's almost like I can see this like whirlwind. I know it maybe doesn't make sense, but I see this like whirlwind and I kind of see them like spinning around. It's like really they have no control over that. Like even if they tried, they were up against a bigger force. Oh, okay, so that's what the Wheel of Fortune is pointing out to this sudden lack of control, uh, literally bad luck, a very external disruption that's causing a loss of control. And I feel this event is very fated. Unfortunately, it's very karmic. It's something that these souls, it's something very fated for them. It's something that unfortunately was meant to happen. But we're gonna see what the rest of the tarot cards are saying at the moment. Also, the Wheel of Fortune is really pointing out of a result. So a lack of control as a result of our poor decisions. I feel like the captain, the main person behind this, he ultimately kind of dug his own grave. He made a really bad decision that is obviously affecting everybody right now. I don't currently. It's weird, and I, as I said, I really hope I'm wrong. I If they're still alive, I don't think everyone is still alive. I don't feel everyone is still alive. I feel that they have might have been alive still the first part of the day, definitely. I'm not sure about now, but just because I can't feel them doesn't mean that they're not still alive. There's This is definitely a situation that I feel and I hear could have been avoided. It's a result of a poor decision, and I feel that the crew member have gotten some worrisome signs before they went on it, and it's like they decided to ignore it, but they were getting signs from the universe and they were getting messages, but they still kind of went along with it. Then afterwards, we have I have drawn the Ace of Cups and we I have drawn the Ace of Wands. So there's definitely some news to follow. They're going to get news. There's going to be a change in the situation. So news are coming. Afterwards, what I've drawn when it comes to the crew looking for them, I actually, let me see here, I got their reversed Three of Wands. So currently we can really, really see that they are really working so hard to find them. Um, I can see. I also have drawn the Queen of Pentacles. Let me see here. There is the Five of Pentacles as well showing up. So it's an operation that they're working really hard, working day and night to try and find these people. I can see it's costing a lot of money. It's financially very draining for whatever country is conducting this right now. And it's like almost they have to get external money or forces. It's almost like it's weird. I'm picking up on the fact it's almost like they're lacking the resources to get the proper equipment out. And I understand that maybe they might have not have the proper equipment to carry out such a deep dive search, because there has to be like one of the deepest dive searches that has to be had to be happening in the, I don't know, like I'm not too knowledgeable about this topic, but it's like there's some hesitancy. They're a little bit hesitant because the equipment, I feel, is costing a lot of money. There's a lot of finances involved in this search and rescue operation. It's basically almost like they don't have the funds to bring out the latest technology, or someone is holding them back, or something's happening here, because it's like they're really working hard, but it's like they kind of know they don't have the resources to do something so quick, so sudden, and get all the money and all the equipment and all the operation going properly. And I feel it's because of a lack of finances, or someone is like withholding the finances and not releasing them, being unable, not being able for them to carry this out properly as they maybe normally would have been able to do. But with the Eight of Pentacles, there are several operations involved. I can feel this is like a new project. It's I definitely feel a lot of people are working really, really, really hard to find these guys, and there's gonna be news. there's going to be with the Ace of Wands, and with the Ace of Cups, there's going to be news about an event, so an action that they have taken, but there's going to be like an emotional sorts of news. I predict that they're going to find them. Um, now, there is something with the Three of Wands, though. It's almost like, so with a reverse Three of Wands, we have a person looking up in the distance, and the card came out as reverse. So it's like they're returning home. Okay, so they're found. There's news. It calls an emotional response. So they are returning to their homes. You know, if they have passed on, they will definitely return to their loved ones in their arms, but it's not going to be the way maybe they expected that they're going to um, turn out to be. Now, with the reversed Three of Wands, it's basically, it's almost like what I see here. There is such lack of ideas and such lack of progress that they're the ones looking for them are met with such disappointment, and they're met with obstacles and restrictions, and they're trying to see how to carry this out before they die, and they are just not seeing it. It's something's standing in the way. It's really difficult. um it's almost like clipped wings, you know, there's nothing you can really do. And there's like I feel like after today, the search and rescue operations is like they're gonna lose hope. They're gonna really be losing hope. um I really don't like to be the bearer of bad news. I genuinely believe they're going to find a clue, and I genuinely believe that they're going to find it. The process of retrieving it is going to be difficult. There's going to be met with a lot of obstacles. um it's really telling of an event of like basically what's happening is they're met with obstacles, and they're met with frustrations, and um probably at the moment I feel that the crew is actually losing hope. It's something that like we could have all foreseen in a way, but at the same time it's like come off as very strong, even though like they worked so hard, but almost like they were, the finances or the equipment they were supposed to receive, that definitely was upheld. It wasn't delivered properly, or maybe they, as I said, they did not have the funds. Also, something that I have drawn is when I asked them about whether they're gonna still be alive or not, is being kind of unhappy with the outcome. And obviously, when, I know this is really sensitive and it's difficult for me to talk about this, but when I asked them about whether they were still alive or not, I literally got the Four of Wands. Pardon me, it's the Four of Swords. So I feel like it's almost like they're late to rest. It's a really difficult topic to talk about it, and I'd rather just say that they're alive. I don't really feel them alive anymore. I feel they are resting. They're in a very peaceful place. They're resting at the moment. And I feel that in the first couple of days, they were like in the first part of the day, they were trying to be calm and rest as much as they can, because they knew they had to um, they had to keep the oxygen, and they had to lay very still to be able to preserve the energy, because it kind of maybe the atmosphere itself, it kind of made them go a bit like, it made their circumstances very difficult, even difficult to move or difficult to breathe. um, at the same time, this is a very spiritual card that is really pointing out on like spiritual rest. So being late to rest, or being hospitalized, or having a lot of anxieties or fears. But in this stage, when this card showed up, when asking them about whether they're alive, it's not a card that really gives out um, a lot of life into it. If you know what I mean, it's not a card that would actually give a lot of life, give a lot of movement. They're late to rest. They're resting, whether actually resting or I think in this case they're more spiritually resting on the other side. um Now, at the same time, I have also gotten the Tower card, and I have got the Hanged Man reversed. I have gotten the King of Swords, and let me see here, and I got the Six of Wands as well. So it's like someone. It's interesting. It's like someone at one point. It's like the rescue was so close, or there was someone else trying to rescue them. There was like an external force. It's like a very male strong male force trying to rescue them. It's kind of weird because I felt like at one point, um, I don't feel that here like they lost hope completely. Like there was like a glimpse of hope. There was something that someone knew, or maybe it was maybe guidance from a male person that was able to provide some guidance on maybe their location or maybe their coordinates, and maybe it's almost like, and then after that, it's so weird, it's a lot of things are coming out right now. So it's almost like there's this fight to follow the lead from this male person that has given them coordinates. I don't know whether this person is a psychic or this person is like a spiritual, very strong spiritual, like an angel, or someone that wanted to step in and help them. It's almost like it was kind of like it's very a battle against time, and then I got the reversed King of Swords. It's like a battle against time, and a battle that against time that unfortunately isn't won. And it's met with there's also here, I think, yeah, there's the Temperance card. One, there's the Seven of Cups. It's, you see, the help, ultimately the outcome, it's like the help arrives, it arrives a little bit too late. There is a male, I feel, a male person that might have given them some sort of insight into the situation, might have picked up on something very significant, but almost like that there were so many choices on what the expedition had to do that they had no time to follow these leads, but maybe that lead would have been correct and would have ended up in a good outcome. I believe within the next, I feel within the in the next 5 to 6 days there's gonna be news about this, and there's gonna be, they probably will find the submarine. I can't say, I don't think they're gonna be alive anymore, but I feel they're gonna find it eventually. But I feel like they need to follow the lead of this male person that has given him, either has heard something with the sonar technology, has had some intuitive insight into the situation. It's almost like I keep hearing that someone actually gave them coordinates, but they did not want to follow that lead because they were just overwhelmed with a lot of choices around them, like about what they need to do, and they ultimately, what that's after happening here with there's a lot of fights, and they eventually just run out of time. They actually, the help is coming, like they frantically are working to help, but it's just they run out of time, and it's just a battle against time that unfortunately cannot be won, because this fated event is just too big, you know unfortunately. This is what the cards are showing me. It's basically almost like, it's weird, almost like there's a glimpse of hope that was presented that could have led into a good outcome. It's weird. I don't feel it has imploded. I feel they have just sunk to the bottom. I can't see the implosion in my head. I just feel like it kind of lost control by an external force and it just spiraled down. Um, but with that certain guidance that they fail to listen, it's like a really missed opportunity. It's help that arrives and finds them a couple of days later, but I feel like it's too late. Unfortunately, I feel like it's too late. um and I know this is maybe not the, I really feel for the families, and I feel for these poor souls. There might have it's almost like there wasn't like a divine intervention, that something tried to come through, and I feel there has a like a male, definitely there's a male energy about it, but it doesn't come fast enough. It really tries to help, it just can't. This is just beyond. And I also want to talk about the energy of the Titanic. It's almost like I feel people really need to leave this place alone. Have I think I've actually talked in a couple of videos that I feel Mother Nature is angry. I feel the sea is angry. And it's just that part of karma and history wants to be left alone. And someone's reckless, the reverse Knight of Swords, someone's reckless impulsivity and decision just led to a very tragic event that should have not happened. There's also, let me see here, there's the Seven of Cups involved. Now there were choices and there were warnings before that happened that it would have led them not to do that, but they still decided against the advice of experts, to the advice of this person who organized it, to go forward with it, even though I feel like they might have a feeling that could have not been good. I definitely get a lot of as I speak about this, I am it's almost like I'm running out of air myself. It's not a pleasant feeling. I feel like I'm running out of air myself. I can't really breathe properly, and it's just unfortunately the cards are not very good for this event. It's almost like something could have saved them, but they unfortunately just ran out of time, and they has spiraled down way too deep. So there's going to be so long story short, there's going to be news. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, I believe they're going to be found, or their coordinates will be located, so they will approximately know where it is. But unfortunately, by the time they find them, they're not going to be alive. And I feel that in this case, we're going to definitely receive news. This is not going to go just missing and to never be found again. I believe they're going to be found, but the news are going to be upsetting. And um, with all the swords, I think they've been laid to rest, unfortunately. So this is my reading. I hope it's just not too upsetting, and I hope you're not going to act upon an advice of someone that you don't feel is giving you a proper advice. Definitely listen to your intuition, listen to your gut feeling, and don't be doing anything reckless, especially not now, because the transits aren't they're not very favorable at the moment, as well, the astrology ones. So I hope you're keeping well, and let me know what you think in the comments below, and like and subscribe for more content like this. Take care and be well.